people of Iran are dying. Currency is broken. It's almost Diwali in the country. Still, there is a man whose chair has not been moved for 37 years. The question is not why protests are taking place in Iran. The question is why Khamenei's regime has not fallen yet. On 28th December, Iran's national currency rial fell so fast that people could not believe it. And on the same day, there was a fire on the roads. It started with inflation, but in a few days, the slogans changed. Now the demand for change of power began, just like it happened in 1989. But history is witness that if every protest does not bring revolution, will the power in Iran change this time? Or will Khamenei emerge victorious again? What is the reality of the arrest of Indian people in Iran? Let's find out the answer to all these questions in this video. On 28th December, Tehran's bazaars were open. But one thing was common, that was Iranian currency, that is rial. The cost of food had increased so much that the oil for cooking meat and food was out of reach of many families. Today, this problem is also affecting 57% of the population. This had happened before, but this time the fall was different. So fast that the dollar crossed 14,200,000 rials, and anger broke out from here. In a few hours, Tehran's bazaars were closed. In about 2 weeks, this fire came out of universities and reached poor and remote areas, i.e. villages. This was not the first time. From 2009 to 2022, every few years, Iran has fallen on the roads, and every time the army crushed it. But this time the story is very different than before. This time the protests started when Iran was falling alone from all sides. Its best partner was the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, who was removed from power by the rebels. Then by 2025, the attacks of Israel have weakened the regional power of Iran-supported Hezbollah and Hamas to a large extent. As a result, Iran's regional power, which was once a strong network of Western opposition forces, has been almost extinct in the last 2 years. The economy began to decline. Expenses were touching the sky day by day. Income had declined. Inflation was more than 40% in a decade. People had nothing left to lose. The same was the case in 1989, when the fire broke out from the bazaar. At that time, there was no social media. Still, the rulers of Iran, Reza Shah Pahlavi, could not control, and they had to be neutral. Now, what was the difference? This time there was a camera in every hand. The shopkeepers used to sell goods until yesterday. Today, they were putting pictures of the protest in the same bazaar. Soon, opposition and rebellion turned into demands. The slogans of the protesters began to echo. Tana Shah is dead. Khamenei is dead. In some slogans, the demand for the return of the royal family of the Pahlavi dynasty, which was established in 1989, was also heard. After this, the government began to suppress them. First, the internet services were shut down. Then the use of sticks, paper, spray, and stones began. During this time, a statement by the Prime Minister Ayatollah Ali Khamenei comes that the rioters will have to show their place. After that, the opposition became more violent. In Shiraz, the police beat a person on the ground. In response, some protesters threw projectiles, put petrol on an officer, and set it on fire. The situation was so bad that it was difficult to control. But the question was, will this anger bring down the power itself? Or was there someone else who was waiting for this fire? In fact, there are many groups in Iran that try to bring down the religious leadership in Khamenei's Iran, but they could not succeed. The first one is People's Mujahideen, which is also known as MEK or PMOI. It started in the 1960s as an Islamist Marxist student militia, which played an important role in the Iranian Revolution of 1989 to remove Shah from power, and prepared the way for the return of Nirwasit Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. But as soon as he came to power, Khomeini considered MEK to be a big threat to his religiously controlled Islamic State. Then he used his security agencies, courts, and the media to crush them completely. Those who survived left the country and fled. After this, MEK took a violent path. These people killed more than 70 senior leaders, including the President Chief Justice. Khomeini remained the supreme leader for 10 years from 1989 to 1989. Then Ayatollah Ali Khamenei became the supreme leader, but MEK continued the attack. For about 2 decades, under the leadership of his leader Masoud Razvi, he attacked Iranian citizens and military bases. Even after attacking so much in Iran, he had support in Iran. But Khomeini's opposition was so strong that MEK made strategic mistakes. When Iran supported Saddam Hussein in the Iraq War, then his support in Iran was almost over. The second big effort was the Green Movement. After the controversial election of 2009, under the leadership of Mir Hussein,